Hey, this is Trisha Mann, and I am here at CBS Radford Studios for TV Land on the set of Soul Man, starring Cedric the Entertainer and Niecy Nash, who's playing his lovely wife, and her character's name is Lolly. His character's name is Reverend Boyce, and we're about to have a good time talking to them in a few moments. This is the kitchen. Of course, the First Lady has to have an amazing kitchen. I mean, look at this. I wish I had this at my house so I could eat lots and lots of food. And we're going to move on into, here's the patio area. Very nice. Looks very cozy. It's just beautiful the way they set things up on set. The pantry. Lots of nice stuff in there. And the living room of the home of the Boyces. We are about to have a blast asking Neicey and Cedric what they think. We got more stuff to go. What they think about this wonderful new television show on TV Land. All right, so gospelrhythms.com coming at you, and we are going to be right back when we talk to Miss Niecy Nash and Mr. Cedric the Entertainer. Trisha Mann. Hey, this is Trisha Mann here with GospelRhythms.com. I am sitting next to the lovely, the fabulous, the so bubbly and exciting Miss Niecy Nash. Hello, my sister. How are you?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Yes, you are. It's so much that we have to cover and talk about. But first, let's just say we are here on the set, CBS Radford Studios for TV Land with your new show, Soul Man, right?
Yes, the Soul Man, myself and Cedric the Entertainer.
Yes. And we'll be speaking to Cedric soon, too. He's just getting, ready and primping and everything. So what's that like working with Mr. Cedric?
Cedric is an original king of comedy. I
Right.
mean, it's a good time.
You're right.
You know what I mean? It's laughter in rehearsal. It's laughter during tapings. It's just a good time.
I can imagine. I know. And you, too. So it's not just him, because you bring the funny as well.
No, a king of comedy and a maven of mayhem and foolishness. We get it together.
I love it. I love it. And you said Maven. Now, I know that you have, what is it, Mothers Against Violence?
Mothers Against Violence in School actually wasn't my organization. It was an organization that my mother started after my brother was murdered on his high school campus, and I helped her a lot with it. She has since retired it because she said it got a little too painful to keep revisiting the memories. So, but yeah, we had that organization for quite a while.
Okay. And you guys aren't doing that anymore?
No.
Okay, but it was definitely a good thing.
Yes.
All right, girl. I'm so proud of you. You have your hand in so many different things.
I do.
All right. Well, first, let's go ahead since we're here on set. Let's talk about the Soul Man.
Okay.
And how were you approached with this? How did that whole process work?
Quite honestly, this is the job that almost wasn't for me because I actually passed on this series a couple of times because I was doing something else. I said, I have this other thing going. I'm not going to be able to do it. And I said that, about 3 times. And then I was like, wait a minute, am I crazy? And when I heard what the show was about, the premise of The Soul Man is about an R&B singer who had done very well in entertainment, who leaves the stage to pastor his father's church after his dad retires. Wow. And I said, an R&B singer who leaves the stage to become a pastor. I was like, that's my life. Okay. My first husband was an R&B singer who left the stage to become a pastor. So I say, some roles you were born to play, but I lovingly say that there are some roles you were divorced to play.
You are too much, you know that. And let's talk about the fact that you are remarried. And so, it's not just Niecy Nash anymore. It's Niecy Nash. Is it Tucker?
It is.
All right, you go, girl. Yeah.
He put a ring on it.
Yes, he did. And it's beautiful. Yes, it is. So how is it being married again for the second time around?
Oh, it's fantastic. I mean, I love being married. I mean, you have to know yourself and know whether or not you're built for it. You know what I mean? And on the other side of a divorce, a lot of times people question that. You know what I mean? I failed at this relationship. It didn't come together the way I thought. And you say, I don't know that this is for me. And then you will have a lot of your girlfriends who will tell you it's going to be fantastic when you get divorced, honey, because you can run around and date all these boys. And it just was not for me. I knew I was a wife. You know what I mean? And because the circumstances change doesn't mean the call on your life changes.
You better preach, First Lady. Come on.
I'm just saying, I'm just telling you what the Lord loved,
I
nothing but the
love
truth.
it.
So, on the other side of that, I completely understood the call on my life, and I knew I was destined to be a wife. It just was a matter of, who the groom was going to be.
Very good. Very good. But what is the meaning of being a true wife? Because some people just they focus on the marriage, or they focus on the ring, or they focus on the wedding. I mean, not the marriage, but the wedding and the ring. But the real focus needs to be on the marriage. So what does that mean, being a wife?
It means to be of service, as far as I'm concerned.
Okay.
I can't speak for the next woman.
Okay.
I can only speak for my happy home.
I got you.
Yes,
I got
said
you.
it. I said it.
Well.
Speak to my happy situation.
There you go. And that's a beautiful thing. And you're also playing a first lady. As you were in your first marriage, you're playing a first lady here on The Soul Man. So that's so familiar to you. But what's different about it here on the show?
Absolutely nothing.
Absolutely
Same song, different verse. Because
Yeah.
when you are called into ministry, you are called to serve.
Yeah.
And that's taxing and it's hard and it costs you something. So whether it's your real life or it's your pretend life,
Okay.
the circumstances are the same.
Okay. What's the sacrifice of being a first lady? Even here with the show, the different shows or themes that you guys have dealt with, have they focused on the challenges of being a first lady?
Well, we're new in the series, and so a lot of what we deal with in the early episodes are the transition. See, because when your spouse gets called into the ministry, your first thought is, well, you got called, I didn't,
Right.
huh? But you are definitely guilty by association, and you have to come along for the ride and be in it fully and wholeheartedly.
Yes, definitely. So you are truly a Christian, because this is gospelrhythms.com, and I'm sure a lot of course we know already because you were a first lady, but you are full-fledged Christian sister.
I am.
I mean, you didn't switch up on us,
No. I did not switch up. No. And you know what? And not, and the thing about that is, I think that people outside the body may believe that it's very costly to serve him. You know what I mean? But the thing of it is that, and I was talking to Angela Bassett the other day, and she coined it so perfectly when she says that, we're not striving for perfection, but we are striving for progress. So, you know what I mean? The goal is that you're a little bit better tomorrow than you were today. And that's the party you keep going. Yeah.
That's
Oh my
good.
goodness, honey, if these people could see my mistakes, my bullet holes, my stab wounds, my shank marks, they would know that there is a tie that binds us all together, but for the grace.
Okay.
You understand what
Oh,
I'm
I
saying?
totally understand. Have you ever been to a place, Niecy, where they call it like that dry place, that dry season, where things
where
just are not happening? Have
Where you're so low you look up and see the bottom?
Right.
Well, been there, done that.
Right.
T-shirt, hat.
Okay, right.
all of it.
The pen, everything.
Yeah.
How did you make it through? How did you overcome? What'd you do?
You know what? To capsulate it, in short, sometimes your circumstances don't change, but you change your mind. You change your way of thinking. And that gives birth to either water in the valley or you being able to move beyond that valley experience. Either way, there's no failure when your mind is right.
That's right. No, I mean, it's important. Sometimes we don't realize that our minds are the reason why we are stagnant, why we have not elevated, because we are limiting ourselves.
But that's right there in the book. Be not what? Conform to this world, but be transformed by the
Yes.
renewing of
Of
your
your
mind,
mind.
that you may prove that which is good and perfect in the sight of God. So
Right.
you start, that's the
Amen.
beginning.
That is the beginning. This
That's
sister's
the
giving me
genesis of it all.
chills. She's giving me chills here. First of all, let me say that I had the pleasure of knowing you before all of this
Yes, you did.
at Faithful Central.
Yes.
We were in the choir together. Yeah, one voice. And I have to let everyone know that she is the same person today that she was way back then. She was very loving then. She's super loving now. She's still humble. How do you do it? Because a lot of people that get the status that you have now, they let it go to their heads and then they're, somewhere else that they shouldn't be? How did you maintain and stay humble?
I think you maintain your true self by having a sense of gratitude. Because, God didn't have to be this kind. You understand what I'm saying?
Right, because he already gave us his son, right?
Do you know how many people want to be actors or actresses, want to be a certain type of an artist, a singer, a makeup person, a this or that, whatever it is you stand and you want to do. It's a million people who want to do the very same thing you get to do. And just the fact that you can do it for a living and pay your bills doing the thing you love to do automatically, to me, instills a certain sense of gratitude. When you realize how many people will stab you in your back 10 times to get your job.
Oh,
y-
yes.
you know
Honey, please, I've been there.
and there's always somebody else waiting in the wings. There's always another 2.0 version.
Always, always. I know. Well, listen, I know we started off here in the kitchen.
And I don't know how to cook, so I don't know why we
You
sitting
don't know.
in the kitchen.
But we're gonna get up and walk around and look at the set of The Soul Man a little bit, okay?
Right.
Trisha Mann and Niecy Nash walking into the living room of the Boyces. Now, is that how I say that?
We're
your
actually the
name?
Valentines.
The Balance. Now, who's
It's
the Boys?
Boyce, Reverend. Well, that's his first name. Cedric plays Boyce Valentine.
Valentine.
Yes,
Wow.
yes, and I'm Lolly Valentine,
Wow.
better known as Lollipop.
All right
Don't
now.
get it twisted. You know what? It's funny because I play such a sassy, shiny woman, because our lives, we were living in Las Vegas. My husband was on stage. I mean, it was very much, so my transition into the ministry is much like my transition was in real life. You know what I mean? Can you be sexy and be saved? Well, I'm going to go with yes.
Okay.
Because I was, and this character still is, so it's about, and I said this all the time, even when I had a church. I love being a girl, and I don't know, God made me how he made me, so pow, thank you, Lord. But the thing of it is that you cannot worship and be void of doing it in spirit and in truth. So if I know this is how he made me, this is just kind of how it is.
That's who you are. So accept me for who I am.
Right.
As long as you know my heart and my spirit.
Yes.
Indeed. So, all right, this is the living room. This is the piano. Do you play the piano?
I do not. But
Okay,
one thing
God.
you will find when you look around and when you watch the series, a lot of the
Yes.
pictures that you see that are here and here
Yeah.
are really pictures from our real lives. Like
Okay.
if you look right here,
Uh-huh.
that's me in a cheerleader uniform. That's me before I went to a birthday party. And this
I
is
gotta look a little
this
closer
right
to see
here
this.
is Cedric and I when we first worked together on a movie called Code Name The Cleaner.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
You all were having fun.
Yes, we were. But Jazz Ray Cole, Wesley Jonathan, you will see our whole family, our real pictures from our lives are displayed within the set.
Okay, well, let's talk real quick about the other characters before we wrap it up.
I have a daughter,
Yeah.
Jazz Ray Cole, and I have a brother-in-law played by Wesley Jonathan, and my father-in-law is John Beasley. So we have so many great characters in this, and I really think, honestly, I'll tell you this, I think that Soul Man can really be appointment TV. I mean, because anybody in your home can watch it. The kids can watch it, adults can watch it, and everybody is going to get something out of it. We haven't really had appointment TV where the family gathers since the Cosby days. So I'm hoping that we can get that again with the Soul Man.
Okay. And this is also on TV Land for you all that don't know. Make sure you check it out on TV Land.
June 20th, 10 p.m. Make sure you're watching.
Niecy, we're about to wrap it up real quick, but I want you to do me a favor and tell everyone, give them advice. Give them some advice, especially those people that are trying to be in this business. What would you tell them?
Well, I think whether you're trying to be in this business or any business, the first goal is to walk in the truth, because you can't get there moving around in the lie. And the second thing I would say is the 3 words that I've lived by in pursuing my passion are no matter what. So whatever it has to do, I'll say this a lot of times, you have to be willing to do everything to get what you want, but don't be willing to do anything.
Thank you, Miss Niecy Nash, here on the set at CBS Radford Studios, The Soul Man. I'm Trisha Mann. This is GospelRhythms.com. Heaven's Party here on Earth. We'll be right back with Cedric the Entertainer.